half, the under-18s, we've got Auckland up against the Southern Zone Scorpions, and we're just shuffling the decks a little bit here as we get ready. Hang on, I'll go this way. Corey Ross is back in the commentary chair, and the reins are starting to open again, Corey, as we get ready for the second stanza.
Yeah, had a little brief reprieve for a second there from the rain, but it's well and truly back now, and looks like staying for the second half. And it's Auckland with all the work to do, facing a 12-point deficit, 35 to play.
Yeah, and the timekeeper's getting growled at by the ref. There seems to be a malfunction with the horn. You almost feel the tension mounting around number one, Corey.
There's not much tension in the commentary box right now, I can assure you. We're having a great time in here.
I don't know, we've got our commentary groupies here. Half the Price family and adopted Selwyn.
If this delay goes on much longer, Selwyn may have to treat us to another piece of music, which he sung us in the half-time break.
Selwyn might have to build us another ark.
So finally we are back underway, and it is Auckland kicking off, South Island to run it back towards the Maurice Road end here at Mount Smart Stadium. And a good start led by Elan Payne and Vakaseka Healy in there as well. South Island, we touched on in the first half, played a fairly simplified game. They didn't look to move the ball too much, but it was super effective. And when they did get their chances, they took them. Were prepared to risk it at that point. So interesting to see those wearing headgear. Most of them have ditched it at this point, both McIntyre and Vakaseka Healy for Auckland. So whether there was a little rain starting to gather and drip down, certainly tough conditions to play in as South kick now from dummy half, and it's a pretty shallow one. Sebastian Jack, really good positioning, brings the football back. And if you're just tuning in, Sebastian Jack in that first half came up with one of the great defensive plays, punching the ball free, saving a certain try for Auckland. Had it not been for him, there's every chance they're 22-4 down at this point. Working it forward now, Auckland. This is Ben Cossey. Nice little carry there from the man from Richmond. Sekahili, St. Paul's College dummy half, comes back through the middle. We've got fresh legs on in the shape of Caleb Savilio Thompson. Elan Payne to JP White. White turns back on the inside and finds Captain McIntyre. 15 short of the line here, Auckland. Last play coming up and looking to strike on the very first set of the second half. Kalhiva dribbles the kick in behind. Oh, good take. Really nice take there from Elijah Tuera. And the South Island now look to ruck this ball out. This is Tom Campbell, West Coaster. He's played for the South Island Scorpions the last 3 years. And we have a mistake here now, and early advantage to Auckland. They're going to get this football inside the 20, and a great chance to get started on this comeback. And really, there's no two ways around it. Troy outclassed in that first half by the South Island team. Too many handling errors, and came out with a couple of defensive lapses at poor times.
Yeah, so it's going to be really interesting to see how they start in the first 10 minutes of the second half. This is a great opportunity for them to get some points on the board and start to build a wee bit of confidence. So here we go. Auckland on attack inside the 20.
Elan Payne hits the line at pace. Ragdoll to ground, wants a quick play of the ball. Gets a decent one as well. They hit across field now. Ball comes loose. And well done, Southern Zone, once again. See the shake of the head there from Trey Lolasil. Handling errors. It's the Achilles heel right now for this Auckland team.
Yeah, trying to dominate the tackle. Big strapping lad is well, both wingers for South Island are big boys. That ball's gone to ground and it's a knock on.
So errors each way, and at the end of it all, we pretty well end up with the ball in the same spot. Jack. Kalhiva. Quick hands. Auckland are in. No, they're not. Flag goes up just as the commentator had it called. And the Southern Zone scrambled beautifully once again. And they'll pack down this scrum here now. 30 minutes to play. 5 gone in the second half. Good defense from Auckland. Dragging back. It's 2 meters out from the line by the end of it. South Island players falling over each other in the background. Ball comes loose, but there's multiple on the tackle, and strip is the call from referee Granis. One notable improvement, Troy, for Auckland in the second half. I thought their line speed looks pretty good. They're getting up in the face and driving them back, but the errors persist. And while that is the case, they're going to struggle to regain a foothold in this contest. Remember, we're playing 35-minute halves.
Well, fullback for Auckland certainly demonstrating a wee bit of passion. He's trying to G the team up. They're in the right part of the field. Just need to keep them here. Wee bit more energy, I feel, in the second half from the Auckland side. Let's hope they maintain it.
Ethan Faitoa. Horgan becomes the makeshift dummy half. Christie dancing through and into Elam Payne. In fact, it's Etulawe.
Yeah.
And
Put the neon on there.
yeah, crowding at the ruck. So Tom Campbell carrying forward for the Southern Zone. Their first attacking chance of the second half. 41.5 gone. Faitoa shuffles play on. Links with Horgan. Christie. Shocking pass down low, which is played at. There should be 6 more for the Southern Zone. And will be. Lisala, super impressive through the opening first half and a bit. This is Josh Horgan again, Jaden Horgan I should say.
He's had a strong first half as well, hasn't he?
Faitoa, ball's loose. And knock on is the call, so Auckland do well. Nice little goal line stand there from the men in blue and white, and they turn the football over. But now you just get the feeling, Troy, need a couple of clean sets, need to just start generating some momentum and putting some pressure on this Southern team.
Absolutely, and in the wrong part of the field to do that, so let's hope they execute well here. So wait for the scrum to be fed. I think you touched earlier about the boys getting up 4 o'clock this morning, the Southerners. You're going to get up here for this travel, the journey up to Auckland. Well, I dare say some of them probably didn't go to sleep. And that's just a heartbreaker.
Yeah, I'm not sure that was the play that particular part of the field. Looping ball over the top, and Auckland, after relieving some of that pressure, it all comes back on now. The Southern Zone prepare for another shot at them.
Desperately want to repel them from this attack.
Yeah, this is a big set. Southern Zone score here. Really puts the game in their favour. 16-4 is probably a manageable scoreline. Much more than that, and you start looking at the clock and feeling the pressure of that as Horgan charges forward. JP White and Sam McIntyre. Christie. Nice read from the Auckland line. Really well done that time. Reno Wright onto the field for Auckland as well. Manurewa. Dancing now towards the SAS upright. Sam McIntyre, he's been exceptional defensively in the second spell so far. South Island again persisting with that 1 or 2 out stuff. Albert Petty that time taking the ground. Faitaua to Christie. Christie with a lovely weighted kick in behind. Not sure who that's come off. Well left by Ben Cossey, who wants to get straight back into it.
He's right on it too. Yep, he's going to go.
Promptly put on his back as well.
Big contact.
Yeah, you can just feel it, the Southern Zone. Really firing up defensively now as well. Lolosio. Making good yardage here though, Auckland. JP White. Good run from JP. Reno Wright, who's come off the bench, and I assume he's going to fill that dummy half role. Doesn't look like Sikahili's on the field right now. JP White, meanwhile, is limping badly in back play. We'll keep an eye on that. So it looks like Reno Wright's gone into the halves and JP White's gone to dummy half.
Nice little kick here. Too deep.
Just a bit too much on it. Good set from Auckland other than the finish though.
Yeah, part of the Auckland strategy here now is to put sunblock on because here comes the sunshine. For the ball, went both ways, play on.
Spills loose from Tuhera, who really telegraphed that one if you looked at the eyes. He was always running. Etu Laue now, Etu the wrecking ball. Saw him score that brilliant try in the grand final last year.
As he bobbled it.
And what's the call?
Yeah, not going.
It's going to go the way of Southerners. So it's a couple of mistakes from Etu early on. You can see there the teammates just getting in the air, making sure they keep his spirits up.
Yeah. Somebody's getting referees just checked the number 15 for the Auckland side, I believe. Play on, back to the action, that's all off field.
And now Southern spill. And Auckland back on the footy. So end-to-end stuff. This is Savilio Thompson, the Northcote big man. Lolosio pops a nice offload. Sebastian Jack on hand to clean up the scraps. JP White, the new dummy half, to Payne. Payne then to Kalhiva. Kalhiva dancing, looking for a little half gap here as Jukes. Finds an offload. Etu now on the football. Numbers on the left-hand side here for Auckland. Laue still charging. Stopped 5 out. Etu Laue's in some trouble here, I think. The ball comes loose now. Reno Wright it is who spilt it. And Etu Laue, he looks in a bit of discomfort. May not last too much longer.
So the Southern Scorpions on the simple settle. So they drive it into the 30, 40.
Yeah, so the game's going to pause here as Etu Laue makes his way from the field. Etu's keen to stay on out there, but the trainer insistent that he leaves. So off screen is an interchange happening. Laue will leave the field, and it looks like TJ Devery will get his boarding pass and come back on. So Southern Zone kick. Now, didn't catch where that was kicked from. Not sure if that's a 40-20.
Well, it's a big, long kick. Certainly peeled off a few metres.
And it won't be. It'll be an Auckland feed. Must have been a near thing. So fresh legs on the park in the shape of Devery. Lola Seal. In fact, Taylor Papali'i, my apologies. Kauhiva. Devery. 7 inside attacking territory. JP White's nursing a bit of a limp as well at dummy half. Kick goes over the top. Chase is pretty good from Auckland. And they'll bang him down 10 off his own line. Big set for Auckland here. They've got to pin them. Can't afford a penalty. Sun now back out here at Mount Smart Stadium.
Well, the pressure valve comes off again. And the Southern Scorpions get a get out of jail free card. As they start to peel off some metres. Heading back down into Auckland's half. And that bounced off the top of the CTAS camera upstairs. Hopefully young Grant's okay. Joseph will carry on.
Tom Campbell. Hails from the Horswell Club.
Oh, the ball's gone to ground both ways. Knock on.
Auckland ball. So 18 to play. It's time to get moving. Haven't really looked likely in the second half, have they, Auckland?
Yeah, probably got close maybe once, maybe twice, but only got to maybe second or third tackle in the set, and then it was over. So, Auckland back on the charge here. Credit where credit's due. Southern's done a top job to be able to be at 16-4. Oh, great carry, strong carry, still carrying forward.
Salesi Ata.
That's the way to make an impact.
Reno Wright plays in McIntyre. McIntyre pops a lovely offload. Reno Wright collects. Now they're charging Auckland. This is a bit more like it. Savelio Thompson will be taking the ground 10 short of the line. 17 to play. JP White jumps out, goes to his left. McIntyre fighting to get low enough to get over. Is he there?
He's still pointing.
Grannis points to the spot. Sam McIntyre, a great effort from the skipper, and Auckland back into the game. 16 points to 8, kick to come. We've got 17 left to play, and this is just pure desire from Sam McIntyre.
So as we catch up on the back end of this action replay, really, credit goes to the massive impact run by the centre, number 3. He certainly got them on the front foot moving forward. And 4 points. Referee's right there. He's looking at it. Southerners sort of having a bit of a discussion around, well, are you sure? But no, referee's awarded it. And now we're back at 8-6 with kick to come. 8-16 with kick to come. Very lucky that TJ was here helping me.
Oh, don't worry, I would have corrected you otherwise. Good to have friends around you, Troy. So kick to come. So big kick, a chance to make it a one-score game. Kauhiva with the conversion. Has nailed it. Game on. Southern Zone 16, Auckland 10. 15 and a half to play, and the locals back into the contest. So back into it. High kick brought in by Devery. Papali'i, the Pakuranga Jaguar.
Well, here we go. I think things are going to be a little bit more up-tempo now, Corey.
Elam Payne, falling into the contact. That was awkward. Back up to his feet, and he's okay. Get JP White just scheming around dummy half off those quick play of the balls. Rutherford, a veteran of the Auckland Rugby League Jets camp. Kauhiva looks to the heavens. Goes high. It's a clean miss. Ben Cossey's going to score.
Yes!
Auckland hit back with another one. They reduced the deficit to 16-14, kick to come, and really an uncontested kick, and they're made to pay for it, the Southern Zone.
As we can just see there, he left his feet, tried to get the ball on the full, bounced past the fullback into open ground. Managed to collect that in, 4 points. And an opportunist try. Waiting for the kick to come. Southern team will be in full conference over there next to the goal post. And they'll just need to revert back to completing sets. It certainly put them in good stead up until this part of the second half.
Yeah, all of a sudden Auckland's got confidence, haven't they? And,
Yeah.
and you pointed to it on that last set.
Just starting to get a wee bit up-tempo now.
So what the Southern Zone are going to need is a couple of big defensive sets just to stop this momentum and, again, take away that belief. Because Auckland really did not look like they believed for the majority of this game. But all of a sudden, playing with a bit more pace. And Kauhiva now with a chance to tie the ball game up at 16 apiece. 13 to play. Kauhiva strikes. It's
Nice.
good. We're locked up. Auckland 16, Southern Zone 16. And all of a sudden, we've got a real game on our hands here. The rain has subsided. Still certainly greasy out there, but starting to see things open up a little bit more.
What's that short one, Jake?
So, Scorpions T gets run to the halfway mark. So we get ready for the reset. Gone deep.
Oh, Did well to bring that in there, TJ Devery.
Get in there, Jake.
Difficult bouncing ball. Out wide, Rutherford becomes the dummy half. It's the Te Atatu connection. Papali'i. Sikahili back on the field as well. He will resume dummy half. Judy's Kauhiva. Oh, it's knocked on. Well, we just spoke about the Southern Zone needing a momentum stopper. Is that it? Kauhiva with a costly error coming out of yardage.
Scorpion straight back into the centre again. Another strong settler.
Faitaua links with Horgan.
He's been a handful all day, hasn't he?
He has indeed. A really good game, Jaden Horgan. As has his dummy half, Faitaua. Christie. Nice flat ball, but a brilliant read from Reno Wright and Ben Kossi. Lovely defence from Auckland. Christie, the first receiver, goes to Faitaua. Playing with plenty of depth again, the Southern Zone. Ball comes loose. And Jacob Rutherford says, I'll have that. Kauhiva.
Nice.
Jukes Kauhiva through the middle. Desperate effort from Tully. Saves the day for the Southern Zone, perhaps. Sikahili links with Kossi, the last try scorer in this match. Nigel Ito preparing to re-enter the game. McIntyre taking the ground. Gets up limping. Elam Payne pops the offload. Oh, beats everyone and finds a Southern Zone player in the end. Rocking tackle there. Game hanging delicately in the balance. George Fava. Sam McIntyre's in all sorts. He's going to have to come off, I think. So Auckland looking like they're going to have to do it without the captain. Now straight through the middle of the park goes Lisala, still charging. Brilliant tackle made, though, by Salisi Ata. Quick play of the ball now. Faitaua to Christie. They got numbers on this right-hand edge, Southern Zone. Kossi ragdolling him to the ground. That was a crucial intervention. Real pressure on Auckland now. Christie will dribble a kick in behind. They're watching it. It's loose.
So close.
And beats everyone in the end. Now let's get a little update on the injury front, because I can tell you there are a number of Auckland players down. So Sam McIntyre is one who's nursing a heavy limp. That may be him down in back play. It may just be cramp, actually.
There's one out the back dead ball line as well, cramping up. And, you know, not expected, I suppose, with so much time off football to be back into a match.
Yeah, it's a great point, yeah.
Oh, what's the call?
Drop out is knocked on. Advantage Auckland.
Louis, just complete for a Canterbury.
Well, there you go. That's the call.
Complete it for a Canterbury.
Complete it for a Canterbury. Let's see what that looks like, shall we?
That's Francis Melly yelling it out. He just likes bringing up Canterbury because he scored 5 tries against them once in the final. It's my theory on it.
I didn't say that, Southern fans.
Canterbury Bankstown, I'm talking about, by the way.
Oh, yeah. Good regather. And a big thank you to all of the Southern viewers in and around South Island. All the rugby league fans down there have joined us for the live stream today for both games. Glad to have you aboard.
Kauhiva, they're going to kick early. Sebastian Jack now racing through the middle of the park. There's only Auckland jerseys around. Jack needs a kind bounce. He's going to kick it again. Regathers Jackson.
Great try.
Auckland hit the front once again. Sebastian Jack summed it up beautifully. Nice and patient, waiting for the bounce. And Auckland go ahead. 20 points to 16. Kick to come.
Let's have a look at the Auckland Rugby League replay here, and really this is at the back end of the kick into no man's land. The ball was open and free. He gets the bobble, manages to carry it through, right next to the SAS upright, 4 points. So just having a look at the replay again, we went back to where the kick was. Fantastic run of play there, and very hard to defend against. Sterling effort, 4 points on, kicks right in front of the uprights as we wait for the kick to come, and you can see a lot of emotion in that with the Auckland boys. They really enjoyed it.
I love that passion. That's what the Auckland jersey's all about. Sebastian Jack, we saw him a similar reaction when he saved the try in the first half. He's been exceptional at the back. Not a day to be a fullback, is it? So, yeah, he's been really, really good, Sebastian Jack. There were a few questions raised about the onside there. Looked fine to me, though. It was just really, really well worked. So kick to come. 5 to play. Is that the telling blow? Flags up. Auckland lead 22-16.
I think this is going to shape up to be a real cliffhanger, Corey. Southerners will have a little sneaky heat up their sleeve. Let's see what they come up with the
Yeah, what do you do here? Do you go short?
Well, looks like they're going to go short. Looks like a little short one, but no. It's gone high. Pressure's there. The ball's for the taking.
Oh,
gone both ways. Oh.
Knocked on by Southern. I think he's got the right call there, Grinnis.
Well, I wonder if that was the play, just going back earlier to the wonderful try that we've just watched, the Canterbury move. You know, was that the kick early, straight from the get-go?
No,
well,
I think that was the previous set. Certainly pretty clever play, wasn't it? They obviously looked up, seen that there was
no one home.
Yeah.
It's time to go downtown.
So Auckland, completion the key word here. Doesn't need to be too fancy. Get the ball, kick, probably find touch and try and chew off a bit more time. There's 4.5 to play. Nigel Edo spent the year playing with Manurewa in the Crown Lift Trucks Fox Championship. Number of guys playing Premier footy in this team is Sekahili, then links with Taylor Papali'i. He's been a standout in the front row. Sekahili. Vaka has taken the ground, 30 out. Is the field goal in play? JP White to Reno Wright. Goes up over the top and brought in by Lisala, who brings the ball back with interest. We just gave Sebastian Jack a rap for his performance in wet conditions. The winger for the Southern Zone as well, Lisala, I thought he's been excellent today.
Yeah, agree.
He's had to do a whole lot of work and has brought the ball back really nicely as well. There's a number of boys in the Southern team who've got a big future, I would say.
That number 10's worked hard all day.
George Faiava.
Yep.
Go, Sebastian. Cover Donald. Jake, show him the sideline, Jake. Show him the sideline. Right,
So they go high.
Oh, the kick sliced.
Jake, leave it, Jake.
Rutherford told to leave it. They, I think, may be offside there. Kahiva's come through and recovered it anyway.
Louis, Canterbury set.
So you can hear it again. They're going for this Canterbury set. Be interesting to see what happens.
Sekahili. JP White will just take a settler. 2.5 to play. Southern Zone might get one more use of the football. I doubt it'll be much more than that. Sekahili to Papali'i. Sekahili looping ball over the top. Kahiva's going to attempt the one-pointer.
Has he got it?
He's got it.
Yep.
There it is. That might well be the telling blow. Auckland go out to a 7-point lead. Kauhiva, cool as anything on the field goal attempt, stretches the lead to 7 points with 2 minutes to play.
We get to see this in slow motion on the action replay. Just shaped up really well. Probably hit the ball just above the halfway mark. That's why it came off his foot flat, but across the line. And anything across the crossbar between the uprights is field goal. And just as I say that, a couple of the Southern boys offside with the kickoff.
So Auckland now make their way forward to resume play.
And just look at the difference now in the body language.
And as we wait for the kick for touch to be taken, results aside, I want to say a big thank you to Steve Martin and the Southern Zone crew who have made the way up here.
Oh, great. He's tapped it back in. No.
Flags up. And this will be a scrum. But, yeah, just back to that, our Southern Zone, huge effort to come up here. It's great to see some representative football being played when there's no national tournaments being played. A great opportunity for these young fellas to get out there and show what they've got. And look, it's been great to have them here. I know the 16s was a little lopsided, but this has been a brilliant game.
Oh, absolutely. And it's not closed off yet. So Auckland under on attack.
Kicks in behind. Watts. And another try for Auckland. 4 more for the scoreboard. And with kick to come, it'll go to 27-16. A fitting end to this game for Auckland. And it is Tolomanila Salmama Watts who gets his 2nd try of the game.
And just as he's sliding across there, Corey just been tapped on the shoulder by the chairman of the Auckland Rugby League, Shane Price, in the house. And he's just stated that, he thoroughly enjoyed this match, as you were alluding to, the under-18s. And Auckland's going back to Christchurch next year. So keeping the relationship alive, after the back of the under-19s last year going away on tour, having them up here and being able to host them in Auckland. And on the full-time siren there, as I said, Shane Price has indicated that Auckland's going back down there next year. Somebody's going to have a kick. Everyone's going to have a turn.
Jacob Rutherford will be the man eventually tasked with taking this shot.
Yeah, rightly said too. Just overheard a bit of comments in the background. Really, it was Auckland in the last 10 minutes that really came back into this match to put the scoreboard up the way it is.
So there it is. That's all she wrote. Auckland 27, Southern Zone 16. They win this under-18 clash. Auckland go 2 for 2 on the day. A huge thank you to everyone who has tuned in across the day. Earlier today, the Auckland Vulcans women went down in the National Championship Grand Final, but it's been a wonderful day of action here at Mount Smart Stadium. That's all for us. Thank you once again for tuning in, and we will see you on screen once again in hopefully a few months' time as we get ready for season 2020. 2021, I should say.